What's up, course heroes? Welcome to yet another video. Today we are going to dive into a new course platform, the new kid on the block. Name is Systeme.io or Systeme.io. I don't know how the heck to say it, but it is so cool. I thought I would make a review, and we have a lot to cover today, so let's get right into it. So I am in my system dashboard. You can see I have amazing sales today. All right, that was just a test sale and bad joke. Anyways, we're going to get through a lot. First thing I'm going to set up is a marketing funnel. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up a marketing funnel. So you're going to go to funnels. Here, you'll see I already have some funnels set up. We're not going to look into any of those. I'm going to create a brand new one. And this is going to be for my upcoming course. So what I want to do is I want to collect some emails, set up a marketing funnel for my upcoming course launch. My course launch is about how to create and sell online courses. So what do online course creators need? They need some tips and tricks on how they can manage their courses better, how they can sell more courses. So that's what my marketing funnel is going to be. So I'm going to say build an audience. That's my funnel type, and we'll give this a name. So I'll call this the 5K course launch blueprint. Since I already have one of these funnels, I'm going to call it version 2. And just like that, we've created a marketing funnel. Now, out of the box, Systeme gives you the squeeze page, which is like your opt-in page and your thank you page. And you can see they have done a great job of creating pre-built templates that you can simply take and then tweak them to according to your niche, and then you can use them, or you can start from scratch. There is a from scratch template right here. So I'm just going to use one out of the box one. Let's just pick any one, doesn't really matter. So let's just pick this one. This one has a GIF or a GIF, however you want to call it. Okay, let's hit save. So I have given it a name. I've given it, change the URL. You can also set up your own custom domain. We're not going to get into that today. We get into building the actual funnel. So I can hit edit. That opens up the funnel editor. Again, no deep dive into how this editor works. It is very easy to use. Simply drag and drop things around, and once you drag and drop them, you can change everything about that. So I can change this font, I can change the size, I can change the font itself. So I can just pick one from Google Fonts. I can go into mobile. I can see how it renders on mobile. If it doesn't look good, I can change it on mobile. So all of that can be done, but that's not what I want to show you today. I want to show you everything else that Systeme can do. This funnel out of the box is ready to go. One thing to note here is you have to have one email field on that page. So they already in this template provided me with the email field. So I'm just going to change this like the text that's already in there. And then what I want to say is when someone clicks the download now button, I just want to send them to the next page, which you can see right here. And the other action that's going to happen is it's going to send the form. So I can either send this form when they hit the submit button or the download button, or show a pop-up, open a URL, or next step. If you selected show a pop-up, then you need to make sure that you design a pop-up, which right now I don't have any. I'm going to go back here and say send form, and then after the form is submitted, they're going to go to the next step, which will be our thank you page. Now my funnel is good. I'm going to hit save changes, exit out of here, and then let's go and design the thank you page. Same thing here. They have out of the box templates. You can use no from scratch templates here. So you do have to pick one, but you can easily customize it. One thing I want to show you real quick is when I go into editing this page, you will notice this on every page that you create with Systeme. You have to go into settings, and if you want to change what in the top here where your fav icon is right now, editor, but if you publish this page, then it's going to give it some out of the box name. So for example, this one is thank you download page. If you want to change this, you go into your page settings, go to the SEO settings, and right here title, and you can change it. That will change that little line of text in your tab. All right, so my thank you page is good. Now what I want to do is as soon as someone subscribes to this funnel, I want to send them a welcome email, and I also want to attach a freebie and send that in my email. How easy is it to do that? I'm simply going to go to automation rules, add a new rule when funnel step form is subscribed, which we already discussed in step 1, then add an action of sending an email. But before I send them an email, I want to tag them with this 5K course launch blueprint. So I'm going to add a tag, and I already have my 5K launch tag here. If you don't have any tags, you're going to go to contacts, tags to create new tags. And I'm going to save this rule. I'm going to go back into this rule, add another action, and this time I'm going to send them an email. And you can choose a pre-selected email. So I've already created these emails, but if you wanted to, you can also just hit this little plus to create your own email from scratch. To save time, I'm going to select this 5K launch email and also edit it. So what I'm going to do is, while editing it, I wanted to show you that you can just add an attachment here. In my case, I have this attachment, so I'm going to save this rule. Now what's going to happen is anytime someone subscribes to this funnel, they will be tagged and then they'll also be sent this email. You can also run A/B tests. So if you want to test maybe the headline or the button, it's so easy to run an A/B test. You just clone this page. So I'm going to duplicate this funnel step and give it whatever name and whatever URL you want to change it to. Go back to your first step, go to A/B test and just choose a variant. And in this case, we're going to choose that copy as a variant, which system automatically recognizes that there are 2 squeeze pages. So only the other one can be the variant. And then the goal page is where should they land after they have visited either one of these pages. In our case, that's the thank you page. I'm going to hit save. Now you can see that these icons got added. That means an A/B test is about to run. We haven't started it yet. So once I hit start A/B test, that's running, and system will automatically divide the visitors between those 2 pages, and then you will start seeing the data of which page is converting more. So easy to do this. This is crazy. All right, for now, we're just going to end this A/B test and delete this second page. Let's preview this funnel since we've already built it not even 5 minutes in. So I'm going to hit preview, and you can see this was the GIF that I'm talking about that was already in here. Once I press this button, it takes me to the thank you page. But let's see what happened to that contact that got added to your system dashboard. So if I go to contacts, you will see this new email that I just added is here. Once you go into this person's, open this contact detail page, you'll see where they came from, the exact source of the URL, and then anything else that you want to see, all of that will be right here. I'm not sure why it's not showing email history, because I should have received that email. So that was how you create a marketing funnel. Let me go back in here real quick, check the automation rules. I had a feeling that I did not save the automation rule, so I'm going to add that rule again. First one was add a tag, and then the next one is send an email, and then save rule. Now that I've saved that, anytime someone subscribes to this funnel, that automation should fire. We can give it a quick test again before we move on to how to create online courses. So again, put in our fake email here, press the download now button. This takes us to the thank you page. Now if we go back to our contacts, there'll be a new contact added to my dashboard, and this time you can see that the tag was highlighted, which means this person is already tagged with that specific tag that we selected in our automation. And then if we look further down, there should be the email because we selected that, but maybe that email hasn't been sent yet. Let me go and make sure my automation has the email action. Okay, it does have the email action, so we can quickly check our fake email account here to see if it's come through. Yep, here's the email that comes through, and then you can see it also has the attachment, which is awesome. So that's it for the email and the funnel piece. This was a simple funnel that we created. Now let's get into some more complex stuff, which is how do you create an online course, and then how do you make the sales page and the order page and thank you page and give them access to that online course. So first thing you're going to do is go into product and courses, and here I already have 2 courses created, but it's as simple as adding a new course. I'm going to give it a name, description, fill all this out, and be right back. While you're building your course, a few things to keep in mind. You can choose a theme that you want to give to that entire course feel and look. So for example, if I choose the black theme, then my course curriculum page and everything that the student interacts with will have that black color. You can also choose the fonts from, I think Systeme integrates with Google Fonts. So if I want to choose a Google font, I can choose that. Instructor that will be delivering this course, I'm going to put my name. And then if you're partnering with someone or you just want to put your course logo in here, you can do that. Show module titles to students. I always like this to be checked. Now here's the cool thing. When you're creating a course, you can choose what should be the sales page for this course. So the sales page, I already have a funnel called course funnel. I'm going to use that sales page, and then I'm going to use the order form step. So it's asking choose a funnel step. I'm going to use the order form step from that funnel, which is where people will pay. Once you have made those selections, just hit the save button here and your course has been created. Of course, now we need to add content in it, add a module. Within each module, you'll be able to add lessons. So we'll call this lesson 1. You get to choose either a video or a text lesson, but we're going to get into how you can add more things in here. So as soon as you create a video lesson, one thing I wish Systeme would allow is to basically just have a blank one where we can add anything. What I can do is I can delete this stuff. I can just delete this entire section and say, I don't really care what you give me out of the box because I have this amazing editor here. So now I can add a section. I guess that section was already there. So then I can add a headline. Let's just call this lesson 1, or I'll just call this lesson because I want to show you what I'm getting to here. Now I'm going to add 2 columns, and in one column I'm going to add my video, and with the video you can either upload the file directly, you can do a custom embed, YouTube, or direct link. So I'm just going to keep it on YouTube for now, and then you have a bunch of other controls here. And then I'm going to add, this is so powerful, I love this feature. So now what I can do is on the right side here, I can add some resources, and you can see how easy it is to drag and drop things. And then in this resources now, you can pretty much add anything that you see on the left side here. I can link to a PDF. Then let's just say I want to add an audio file. I'm going to add that audio file in a second. First, I want to add a divider. Then I'm going to add an audio file. Let's assume that this is what your course structure is going to be. Once you have this all structured out, now this entire section, and you can see it on the breadcrumbs here because I can go text, then it shows me row, then section. So I've selected this entire section. Once you have it the way you want it, you can save this section. So I'm going to save it as default lessons, right? Now this section has been saved. So this was one-time work upfront to make it the way you want this to look. Now it's asking me if I want to create this as a master block. So I'm going to say yes. And what this does is if you create this as a master block, you can use it in every course. And if you make this change once on this page to this master block, it'll affect wherever this master block is being used. So it's a universal change. So I'm going to say yes, go ahead and create this. Here's the power. Here's where the power comes in. Let's say I want to add a second lesson. It will be lesson 2. Once this is created, again, I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to select this section, delete it. I'm going to go to blocks. I'm going to go to my blocks, and I'm going to choose this one. You can see this has a little icon here letting me know this is a master block, and I'm going to simply click on it. Just like that, it gets added. Now I can make changes to it. So this is how I would approach using the lessons functionality if you don't want to always go in and delete a bunch of things that Systeme gives you out of the block, or out of the box I should say. So let's say my course is complete. Now I want to actually sell it. So I'm going to go back to funnels because all the sales happens in funnels. So I have already told that that specific course should use the paid course funnel. But in the interest of showing you how this works from scratch, let's just go and create a new funnel. And this time we're going to sell something. So I've given this funnel a name, and I have picked my currency that I'm going to sell it in, and I've chosen the sell option here. So I'm going to hit create. Again, super cool. I get order forms already pre-built for me, and there are a bunch of them to choose from. So I'm going to select this one here, and then same thing, it comes with an order form and a thank you page. So in this order form, now we need to go and set a few things. Whenever someone purchases from this order form, what is it that should happen? So what I can say is here, I want to sell a course. And then Systeme is going to ask me, what course are you selling? I'm selling the Facebook ads for beginners course. And then the course type access is full access instead of drip, but you can also choose drip. And then what pricing plans do I want to offer in this course? So I want to offer a one-time payment or a split payment. So I can choose an existing pricing plan. You can see I have a bunch here. And as you hover over these, you can see what the dollar amount is. But I'm going to create one from scratch. And the first step is just a name that you want it to know by when you see it in your dashboard. So that's my price plan name just for me. But for my students, I'm going to call it one-time payment. And then what should it show on their credit card statement? This, I just like to keep it same no matter what pricing plan they purchase, because I want their credit card statement to be very explicit so they don't go and dispute that charge in case it was an impulse buy. And then it's going to be a one-time payment plan. You also have options for subscription and multiple payment plans. So this time we're going one shot, and then the amount is $197 and save. I also want to add another payment plan. So I'm going to go add another one. This is going to be payment plan, and we're going to create a new one. Now what happens is when you create a new one, you have to select the type again, even though we selected it on the first step. So I've given it a name for my internal knowledge. For my students, it's going to be called FlexPay. And then for the statement, it's going to be called the same as the first one. And then this time we have selected payment plan. I'm not giving any trial days on the payment plan, and it's going to be a payment plan of 117, and we're going to collect 2 payments, and that's it. Now we have 2 payments done. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an order bump to increase that average cart value, and this is where I love Systeme, where it makes it so easy to do that. So in the order bump, I'm going to sell another course, and then I'm going to give it a full access. Now I can choose a pricing plan for the bump as well. Of course, I need to do that, but this time I'm going to select one that was already created, which is this one right here, and that's it. So my order bump is done, my pricing plans are done. Now all I need to do is edit the checkout page. Again, all of this is a one-time thing, and all the same automation rules apply here that we saw earlier. So I can go into my automation rules and I can say whenever a new sale happens, do this. Enroll this person in the course, choose the course that we want, and then select the access, and then we save this rule. Then we add another action that we can add a tag, and this time we choose a different tag, and same thing, we just save the rule. And that's how automation rules work. They're pretty powerful. You just have to learn how to use them the correct way. And then final thing I'm going to do is just select a thank you page. Actually, I'm going to change this. I don't want this one. This button will allow me to change it. I want this one right here, and save. Now let's get into the order form to see what that looks. So this is a single step order form that we're choosing, where we have the payment details, we have coupon codes. Anything you don't need, you can simply get rid of it. Obviously you need to have the payment method or they won't be able to pay. And then this customer type, I don't really care about, so I can remove customer type. You can edit all of this any way you want it. All the blocks that are available to you, just simply drag and drop them. Billing details are good. If I don't want to collect city and country, etc., I can simply get rid of it. Now you can see, even though we selected order bump, I don't see that order bump here. So to get the order bump, you can go here and just simply drag and drop the order bump right here. Now one thing I noticed when you're adding the order bump, see the little blinking arrow? There's no setting here that says specifically what to do with that arrow, but I did find this on off setting, so that arrow can be turned on or off, but I haven't found how to change the color or the animation of that arrow, so it's just an on off. And then we can choose left or center align, and you can change the background and text color, and then simply click in here. I think for the header you just have to change here, and then this text, just click in here and then type whatever you want and just hit save. Now once the order goes through, this student will be sent an enrollment email so they can log in to the course and they'll automatically get enrolled into this specific course. I've made my changes, and again, like if I click on this payment button, you can play with it a bit, like changing the text, etc., and color, font, whatnot, but there's not much you can do because you need that payment button in there. One thing that I love that Systeme has done is pre-made blocks. So there are some pre-made blocks here. Let's say I want to add a welcome block here. I would only do this on a marketing funnel, not a order page, but just want to show you that you can also use any of these pre-made blocks wherever you like. So if I want to add pricing plans here, I can click on pricing plans, simply drag and drop this here, and then make my changes on this editor. So let's just say I want to save these changes. We'll exit out of here. Now my order form is ready. Now we had decided to use a sales page that we mentioned when creating the course. So if I go back to my courses, I forgot what that sales page was. And once I set it up, I haven't found an easy way unless you go all the way to the settings page to select what that sales page was. So this one says the URL in the buy button will lead to the sales. So I can go and change that. But what I like to do instead is I like to go back to my funnel, the course funnel, and I just like to create a sales page here and choose type. You can choose all these different types of pages. So in this case, I'm going to choose a squeeze page, and then we'll just change the order and bring this to the top. And let's just select this one and save. So you've created your sales page, your order form, your thank you page. Next thing to do is to connect all of them together. So I'd go to the order form and just grab this URL. Then back to my sales page, I'll go edit it. And this time, all I need to do is drop a pricing table here. So I'm going to search for price plans, drop this here. So we can delete one of these and just keep 2 of them in there. And then I can rename them to the one-time payment and the flex pay. And here on the button level, what I would do is I just put the URL. You can either send them to next step, which is the checkout form, or I can just paste that checkout form URL that I grabbed earlier. I can say open in a new window and then just hit save. So we have created a marketing funnel. We have created a course. Let me quickly show you what it looks like when a student logs in and what their dashboard looks like. Logged in here as a student, you can see that I have access to just one course right now. This is the course that I'm already enrolled in. So when I open it, you can see how I have designed this. So this page is designed different and each page can be designed different. So I can say this lesson I've already viewed, mark as complete, and then it automatically takes me to the next lesson. This is the one we designed earlier where you can have the resources tab, you can have a call to action on top, or basically just a piece of text, your video, and then from here they can mark it complete and then move on to the next lesson. So this course currently only has 2 lessons, and from here they can go back to their library, which will bring them back to their courses. They can go to their settings, they can change their password here, they can update their profile, and then they can also update their notification settings. All right, now what I want to show you next is 2 more things. One is setting up a webinar funnel, because I'm on the webinar plan. I'll put a link in the description below where you can see all the different payment plans that you get with Systeme. I'm on the webinar plan, so I do have access to automated webinars and how to set that up. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to set up an automation where you start sending emails to grow your email list and keep them engaged. For the webinar plan, what I'm going to do is, or for setting up a webinar, I'm going to go back into funnels and I'm going to create a brand new one. And this time I'm going to say run an evergreen webinar. Let's just call it webinar test funnel. And just like the course funnel and lead magnet funnel, this also gives you its own set of pages. So first I'll select my webinar registration page. Then I'm going to select my webinar thank you page. And then finally the webinar broadcast page. This is the page your visitors will go to once they've registered for the webinar. That was super easy. Now, when you're setting up your webinar registration page, you have to define how long that webinar is going to be in seconds. So if it is a 1 hour long, you're going to put 3600 seconds in here. I've put 2 hour duration, which is 7200 seconds. There is no limit to the number of seconds you can put because this isn't a live webinar. All the other stuff still applies. You can go in here and set your emails. That'll be your notification emails to send to the webinar registrants. I like that feature because you can also do that under automations, but they've added that extra layer. That way you can pull in those webinar registration links automatically. And then let's just go into this page because I want to show you one cool thing that you can do with webinar. So here you can see click here to reserve a spot, opens up the pop-up, and it's pop-up number 2. So I'm going to go in here, look at this pop-up. Now here you can allow them to either register at scheduled times, which in this case you can see it's either 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. It's in 24-hour time, or you can do next half hour or next hour. So if I go to scheduled times, I can give them maybe 3 times a day. So this will be every day they have 3 time slots to choose from. Now let's just hit preview. And now I can select any of these upcoming times for my webinar. Let's put in a name and email. And then what this is going to do is allow you to collect that email and send them to the thank you page, which I have to set here. So what I need to do here is on the button settings, I need to say go to next step. And if we go back, let's just save changes, go back. We're going to make sure that this next step looks correct. So this next step is good. It looks like it automatically pulls in the session. So webinar session date and time. And you can see these are some special blocks that are only available on the webinar page. Again, super cool stuff. They've taken care of everything. And then they will get this webinar session link. Nothing we need to do here. This is automatically generated on the webinar page. Finally, when the webinar is about to start, they will go to the webinar broadcast page. And here, what you're going to do as a course creator is you're going to embed the video that they're going to watch. And this could be a YouTube video. There is no chat functionality here. This is simply your students, your potential students, your leads watching a pre-recorded video. You can maybe embed a chat like a ManyChat or any other chat plugin where they can interact with you, but this is basically a automated webinar, not a live webinar. Still pretty cool for the price you pay on the webinar plan, which right now I'm paying $47 a month. Now finally, let's say you've collected a lead and you want to continue to send them emails. Let me go to my funnels again. So let's say I have this 5K course launch blueprint, and what I do here is I tag them with the 5K launch tag. Now I can go into automation and I can go into workflow rules, and let's just create a new one, call it 5K launch warm-up. And what I want to do in this automation is I'm going to select a trigger whenever a tag is added, my 5K launch tag. I want this automation to fire. We'll wait 24 hours and then I want to send them an email. So I'm going to say send an email, and let's just select a email that we already have. Then I'm going to add a decision box in which I'm going to say email clicked, and this will be the email that I just selected, and hit save. So if they click the email or opened it, if yes, then don't do anything. If no, then let's wait another 24 hours and send them that same email again. So action, send an email, and then choose the same email and send it again. Now, once you're done with the automation, you can exit out of it and then you can just make it live. Currently it's inactive, or is it currently active? I can't tell. It's currently active. I can actually activate it here. And then if you want to deactivate it, you can just hit that button. That was a high level overview. I'm going to make some more videos and dive much deeper into how you can use Systeme. And there you have it, course heroes. That is how you can use the power of Systeme to deliver your courses, your physical products, create your marketing funnels, send automated emails, all of that in a single platform. And as mentioned, I had some cool bonuses that I'll link to below. If you sign up through my link, you get all those bonuses once you have upgraded to a paid plan. But I would suggest take it for a test drive, check out the free plan, sign up with the link below, and let me know what you're going to create with Systeme. Thank you for watching and keep creating.